Okay guys, I wanted to show you my beekeeping setup. Things have gotten a little out of hand. Last year in the spring I had 5 hives. I have somewhere between 30 and 40 at the moment. And like I said, that's a little crazy, but I thought you might be interested in seeing the actual hives and what it looks like. A lot of them are small hives, but there's some big ones too. Trying to produce a little bit of honey this year, a little bit more than I did last year, so I don't run out for my customers. But first you can take a look behind me here. So one day when I ran out of pallets, I decided, or when I ran out of hive stands, I decided to just use pallets, and that's worked pretty well. So I can get about 6 on a pallet, and that's pretty nice. So this is the back side. You know, ideally the bees are all facing south or southeast, but when you put them on pallets, you don't worry about that as much. All right, this next spot, it was kind of my emergency area for new hives because I was catching swarms, making splits, and I ended up with just a whole bunch of hives, and I didn't have much time to make stands. So once again, I took pallets and I put them on cinder blocks, leveled them out since I'm foundationless, and that's what we got. So let's take a look here. When I put a brick standing straight up, that generally means, hey, this hive needs something. So I got a few of them there. Whether it's a queenless hive and it needs a new box, or there's something in that hive that needs addressed. And I write the notes on the lid. That works really well for me. There you can see that. So it looks like the bees are cooperating pretty well. They're not coming after me, which is great. This last pallet, there's one active hive on it, and then several queen castles that are no longer raising queens. I ended up upgrading those into larger nukes, and then full-size hives. So look at that here. All right, so beekeeping's kind of a funny thing because it could just be what I'm into, but I've been into a lot of things in my life. I've been beekeeping for 9-10 years, something like that, and it kind of gets in your blood. You just start to really get into it, and all of a sudden, before you know it, you got too many hives, or at least more hives than it's easy to take care of, and so things get kind of interesting. So let's go look at these other 2 hive stands, or 3 hive stands, and see what we got. Alright, one of the first hive stands I built is right here, and then there's another one beside it. Can fit about six hives on a stand. This one only has 5. The one over there has 6. Let's come in front and see if they come after us or not. Got to get those reducers off the hives. It's a little crazy. I have those on right now. You do have upper ventilation though. Bees are just super fun. I mean, making new hives, making queens, doing splits, pulling honey. It's all really fun. And it's part of the reason I think that you end up screwing up your back, because you're having so much fun. You just keep going, keep inspecting. Before you know it, your back's tired. Something's out of whack. And yeah, you just end up hurting yourself because you're having too much fun. And it all kind of comes at once. In this location in Pennsylvania, I kind of feel like, you know, it's April, May, June, and a little bit into July, depending on the flow that year. But that's really the busy season. There's things to do in other times of the year, but that just feels like kind of the season. So that's how it is. All right. Let's go to my first hive stand ever. The first place I put bees was not on this hive stand, but it was actually like on my porch, which is not the best place for your hives. Even if they're not super aggressive, it's still not a good idea to put them on the porch. So we'll come over here and take a look at this first hive stand I ever put up. We're nice and calm tonight. Sun's just going down. That's the tour of the current hives. I have one other location that I have a hive. But these are enough to keep me pretty busy, so it makes it fun. Anyway, that's a little tour at Firefly Meadows Farm. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it was interesting, maybe not. Have a great night.